right. Hello and welcome. My name is Tyler Nizer. These are my partners Carlton Parrish and Amanda Stubblefield, and we are excited to share with you our consulting project, which we are representing Fitzpatrick Painting with. To give you a little background about the company, Fitzpatrick has been around since 1994, when Tim Fitzpatrick himself was intrigued by the industry when a friend told him he could make $200 a day painting houses. He did this up until 2003, when he really focused on overseeing the business and using his 9 years of experience to train others to take over the labor portion of his company. He has built a very strong presence in the Albany area and has since then opened up 3 of the different locations, those being in the Salem area, the Corvallis area, and the Eugene area. We were really focused on the Salem area, and this is what brought us into action. When we spoke with Tim Fitzpatrick in early January, we heard from him that he was really wanting to focus in on getting a better grasp of the Salem market to equal, or if not better than, the Albany region. And so when we discussed with him about this, we noticed that there was a weak social media presence, and with his approval, we focused on that. To gain on that, we wanted to find the cost behind it and what they would be associated to each of the different outlets for the different social medias for him. We also wanted to find out how this would even be feasible for a company like a construction company, which Fitzpatrick is, because not too many construction companies have a social media account. We also wanted to make sure that this would contribute to gain a successful market in the Salem area. Here's Carlton Parrish with some demographics on our research.
Awesome, demographics. With Fitzpatrick Painting, since they have a high quality and premium service, it also introduced into a level of income level, which is about $25,000 a year. With this also is about a age group of 30 and above. With these households, which the population of Salem is within, it's about 60,000 households in the area. This number is not actually correct with the demographics, when there's about a 55% owner-occupied rate within Salem. The correct number is around 30,000, which Fitzpatrick is able to service towards. With their traditional marketing is how they are engaging with this group, and currently it's with TV, radio, and spread by word of mouth. This form of advertising has worked well in the past with places like in Albany and other areas, but is not as eagerly measured by their impressions on customers. Currently, with Fitzpatrick Painting, they are in a campaign of using a multitude of billboards around Salem to address that they are in this area and looking to service to people and repainting their homes. With the industry, the competitors are also doing this, but they have a greater hold on the market within Salem, because right now Fitzpatrick Painting is looking at reestablishing the brand that they already have in Albany and putting it into Salem. They have to go up against other competitors who are already using traditional marketing and are also leveraging social media. Here's Tyler with more information.
Good job. Thank you, Carlton. So as Carlton was saying, we did look at the competitors, and we wanted to analyze what the quality of those competitors were doing on their online presence. So we looked at each of their online websites, and we looked at how they contributed to positive customers and having revenue gained from their websites. We noticed that having positive reviews on their websites contributed greatly. We noticed that 92% of all customers really focus in and take a positive review online to the same as a personal review from someone that they know. So we felt that that was very huge in having on your online presence. We also noticed that each of these competitors went and provided a valuable experience. They were selling more than just a painting production. They were selling that they were going to provide the most valuable experience for their customer, and this was shared through pictures and other stories of how they took care of their customers. We also saw how they showed that they were better than the different competition. They did this through saying that they had the best quality paint, they had the best quality workers who were more qualified, and they were overall better than what the other competition was doing. We analyzed this and aligned it with what qualities could be portrayed on social media to get it better to a construction company and see that it was more, that which could align with Fitzpatrick Painting. We noticed that each of those qualities could be expressed through a different social media outlet that could contribute greatly to Fitzpatrick Painting. For example, each of the, if someone had a great experience with Fitzpatrick Painting, they could give a personal recommendation by simply making a comment on their Facebook and noting a picture attached to that and how they really liked the quality of service that Fitzpatrick did in their exterior painting. And they could also say how they really valued what their experience was with them. This is good because it could be just like a personal recommendation, and it's not location centric, which means that people in Albany, where he has most of his clients, could make as many comments as they like, and people in Salem and Corvallis areas, as well as Eugene, can see this and gain a customer base through those different areas because they see how many great comments he already has through those different avenues. This is also a huge success because many of the competitors within the construction industry don't have social media. So he is already saying that he is better than the competition by being ahead of them. And that's what Fitzpatrick Painting is all about, being ahead of what the current competition is doing. So we really feel like this would be valuable in building a greater connection between him and his future customers, as well as the ones that he already has. Here's Amanda with some recommendations that we discussed.
Thank you, Tyler. So from this research, our recommendation to Fitzpatrick Painting is to hire a marketing company to implement a 4-part marketing strategy. First, Facebook ads, Google ads, hiring a social media intern, and building a mobile-friendly website. We feel that this will help achieve our goal of increasing sales for Fitzpatrick Painting and increasing their presence in Salem. So first, the advertisements. The way Facebook's newsfeed works is the algorithm only allows about 6% of users to see a company's post. This means that Fitzpatrick's 860 followers, only about 52 of them will see a post. Our goal is to increase the people that will see that, so we recommend Facebook ads. These will be reputation focused and have pictures and have reviews so people can see what the work that they've done. This will cost them approximately $150 per month based on a $5 per day budget. Next is Google ads. These will be specific AdWords, and because we want to focus on increasing their presence in Salem, we'll include geographic locations such as the word Salem, Oregon, etc. These, as opposed to being reputation focused, will have a call to action. They will have phrases such as call for a free quote or go online for information about bids. This will cost them approximately $1,000 per month. Next is we wanted to focus on content creation. Hiring the marketing company will focus on the brand reputation and management, but creating the content for the advertisements, for the posts, for articles, etc., is a whole nother area. We looked at 3 options for that. One was hiring the marketing company or a different marketing company to do that for them, and that would cost between $1,500 and $3,000 per month. The second option we looked at is hiring an intern to do this. The $800 cost is figured on 20 hours per week at $10 per hour, and this person would be an employee of Fitzpatrick, but would work closely with the marketing company to take the pictures, post them, create blog entries, etc. The third option that we discussed was using a college class, such as one here at Corbin, to create ideas, create a Facebook campaign, and work with Fitzpatrick to implement their ideas, similar to a CCP project, but more focused on the actual implementation. We partnered with one of the professors here, Kelly Gosman, and have gotten her in contact with Tim Fitzpatrick and have left that as an option for him to pursue if he'd like. Our ultimate recommendation is for him to hire an intern, and this person would be able to have the information and the posts come from within the company, and we feel that this would allow it to be more authentic and to represent the passion rather than outsourcing this task. Finally, the fourth part of our recommendation is building a mobile-friendly website. A lot of people asked us why this was important. From our research, we found that 6 out of 10 people will leave a website on their tablets and phones if it's not mobile compatible. This means that if we're increasing our advertisements on Facebook, Google, etc., and bringing people onto the website, if those people come but it's not mobile capable, then we'll lose them anyways. So we found that it's important to fix this problem, and we looked at 2 solutions to that. One is building an entirely new website. This would cost between $2,500 and $4,000. The second option is a Band-Aid fix, and this would patch over the existing website and simplify it for mobile devices to make it compatible. Because this option is cheaper, we recommend this one. Finally, this is a summary of our costs. The marketing company, we estimated, would cost them about $1,000 per month for brand, reputation management, etc. Then below are the costs of each of the 4 parts of our strategy. There's the little pointer. This is the initial cost implementing all 4 pieces, including the mobile website, and costs around $3,500. Ongoing costs per month would be $3,000 after the website is fixed. The results of this is we are expecting an increased revenue of $35,000 per month. This is based off of the conversions we're expecting from the advertisements, multiplied by Tim Fitzpatrick's historic closing rate of potential clients, times his average job size of $4,400. This would recover their investment 9 to 10 times. Fitzpatrick Painting has actually begun implementing our recommendations and has hired a marketing company and purchased Google Ads and Facebook ads. The result of these is a Facebook click-through rate of 0.5% and Google Ads conversions of about 15%. We were talking with marketing companies to understand if this was good, what this meant, and they said that this is actually great for the industry, and we're really excited to see where Fitzpatrick goes with this. So I'm going to hand it off to Tyler to close this out.
Thank you, Amanda. So in closing, we identified the problem as having a weak social media presence, and our goal was to increase the customer base that Fitzpatrick had in the Salem area. Our solution to this would be to add Facebook ads as well as Google ads, and for him to hire a social media intern to keep the different outlets that he has fresh on a weekly basis. This would be a part-time position and would be beneficial for him, as well as upgrading to a mobile-friendly website, so that way people could have it on the go and see it wherever they're at. The results, since we've talked to Tim Fitzpatrick, we have noted that he has taken some of our suggestions already, and we have some really good results in increased web traffic, as well as a growing customer base within the Salem area. We would like to thank Fitzpatrick Painting for letting us use his company to gain more knowledge for us and further our careers. We would like to thank Tim Sullivan and Dr. Bernard as well. Thank you all. We are now opening for questions.
Okay, Shannon.
Okay, this is my ball of wax, so I love this. When you were talking about social media, did you take into account the projected number of impressions and your target audience?
Yes, we did. We actually, in our paper, have a list of the impressions that we're expecting and that we actually got from their implementation of it for the months of February and March. And we also have like the click-through rates, the impression rates, and that sort of data in the paper.
So then you looked at boosting their Facebook page, boosting their website, boosting local business awareness when you're doing your marketing plans for Facebook specifically.
Correct. On the advertisements that we're suggesting, it would have location-specific information and material, and then also just general reputation information.
And then are you aware of the demographic of social media versus websites versus going into radio and TV, and how the older generation, as much as they're trying to be electronically aware, you may not be reaching a large quantity of the target audience in this area?
Correct. Currently, he does a lot of trade shows and face-to-face type of marketing, word of mouth, the billboards and stuff. And so we're hoping that through this implementation of more online marketing and social media marketing, that it would target more of the younger demographics that have the households in Salem.
Okay, thank you.
Ben?
So ironically, my wife and I had our house painted last week, not by Fitzpatrick, sorry about that. But we made our decision actually on social media, the reviews we got there, Angie's List, and the remarks that customers had left on the Better Business Bureau. The question for you guys is, did you look at maybe low-cost options like a referral program where, you know, there's just some houses that turn out really, really good. Maybe they're in a really nice, pristine setting. It really showcases the painter's work. And you want the customer to leave an honest review, but maybe they're busy. And I'm just wondering if you guys have talked about any incentives for customers to leave honest feedback, but to leave that feedback, or discounts that a customer might get if you allow the painter to take, you know, photos of before and after and showcase their home on their social media sites.
So on their social media sites as well?
Yeah, it could be on their own Facebook page. It could be you know, leaving a post on the painter's social media site, etc. Honest reviews, but incenting them to leave that feedback, to take the time to do that.
Yeah, we didn't look at a really necessarily a program, but we figured that would be taking place as well without an incentive to do so. But that's definitely an option that he could look into if he didn't have a lot of reviews on his Facebook. So yeah, that's a really good recommendation as well.
And I appreciate that you mentioned how influential reviews and stuff was online, because we found that 88 to 92% of people weighed online reviews equally, or more importantly, than personal recommendations. So thank you.
Ken?
Did you specifically stay with the residential single-family aspect of his business? Because I know he also does commercial and multifamily and industrial painting as well.
Yes, we looked into that and discussed with him what portion of the business he wanted us to focus on.
Yeah.
And because his residential section has been so successful, we decided to continue with that area of the business.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Down here, John? Oh, Morgan after John?
I'm sorry I didn't see him.
I want to sincerely thank you. I admit to being a social media dinosaur. I've learned more about social media and how you reach an audience. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Morgan?
I may not know this, but is there a long-term effect with that Band-Aid fix for the website? Is that going to come back to be a problem for them, or is it long-term?
The problem with it is that you're right, it is kind of short-termish, but their website is already outdated. So technology will progress so much that this Band-Aid fix will just be a bridge just to get to the actual place you want to be.
Thank you. So they will need to rebuild their website?
Most likely, and a lot of companies will have to anyways.
Did you guys introduce him to the thought of having a YouTube channel and using that as a search engine option for his business as well.
Yeah, we definitely did, and he already has a couple of YouTube videos. Our thoughts were in our paper. We suggested that through Kelly's class, they could give lots of recommendations through YouTube, and they're different. The students in there can help make YouTube videos for him as well, which will help.
I wanted to ask about YouTube also, and so I'm glad to hear you did that. So, I just realized my neighbor had his house painted. This is really not going anywhere. They did a super job, but there wasn't a sign on the truck, there wasn't a sign on the street, there wasn't, so as a neighbor, I don't know who did it or what, so anyway.
Richard?
You've mentioned a couple times this 92% figure on people taking an online review the same as a personal review, and you said you found that. Is this your own original research, or is this something you should be citing a study on?
No, this was talking to a marketing company in the Salem area, and then also online doing research was the 88 figure, so it's approximately in that range.
Cited in the paper.
It is cited in the paper. So it's from Third River Marketing is where we got the 92 figure.
Do you think that's enough credibility to believe that study?
Since we found two sources that were relatively close, we felt confident relying on that.
Jonathan?
I just wanted to check. I think you had a pretty dramatic ROI, and were you saying that this was 35,000, the revenue of 35,000 per month?
Yes, I figured you'd ask about that. This is calculated based on his impressions online and his conversions. So taking that into account, and historically, from potential customers that he has met with for potential clients, he closes about 4 out of 10 of those deals, and then his average job size is $4,400. So multiplying those together, we got this estimated revenue figure. Yeah. And while this seems really optimistic, even if he only got 9 new clients from this marketing campaign we're suggesting, he would break even.
Yeah.
So while we're thinking this will be 9 to 10 times more than that, even with just 9 additional clients, this marketing campaign will still be profitable.
Yeah, which is good news for him, obviously. And and there are no capacity issues if this happened?
Correct. We discussed that with him, and he has room for lots of growth.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.